So, you want to draw realistic faces, huh? Well, you've come to the right place. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few examples of how to draw a stylized face. There are multiple ways to draw a face, and stylizing a face is just a means of bending the rules slightly and adding a little bit of personality to your drawings. Stylizing the face simply means changing the proportions of a regular face to create something unique. This is mostly seen in animation and illustration, however not always, as seen in Picasso's work. A lot of people think that drawing a stylized face simply means making the eyes bigger or making the eyes super big. However, that's not the case. There are many examples of drawing stylized faces that actually work the opposite way, which I will show you in the video. So, with all that being said, let's get started. So in this first example, you can see that I am stylizing a face using simplified shapes to create something appealing. Now I want to stress, and it's important to remember, that please do your studies of regular faces as well as doing stylized faces. So when you're confident in drawing a regular face, then you can push and pull, and then you can try different things and experiment, and that's really where the fun part kicks in. So hopefully this video will give you a framework for that, and you can try different things, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of inspiration as well. In this next example, I'm doing a slightly more semi-realistic face. So what I mean by that is I'm not simplifying the shapes too much, just slightly. Now this is a good method to use if you don't want to extend yourself too far and you don't want to change too much. You can just slightly simplify the proportions on a minor level, and absolutely nothing wrong with that, and it can create a really nice appealing look as well. So in this next example, I'm a big fan of this one. This one is one I call the angular style, or in some corners of the internet, pointy chins. I know there's a famous YouTuber called Psychra who did a stream called Pointy Chins. So this style, I think, is really simple, it's not complicated, and it just involves using angular shapes and lines to create your character. I think for some reason it just seems to really work, so I think it's definitely something worth messing around with. I could create some really nice results using that kind of style. So you might recognize this next style. So this style is based off of an artist called Sam Does Arts. It's really popular at the moment. The interesting thing about this style is, now I'm not usually the biggest fan of like super big eyes and that kind of look. However, I think Sam has a really unique approach, and he creates some really appealing results with how he generally does his faces. And what's interesting is that he actually does the nose slightly longer than you would think. It compensates for that by doing super small chins. Eventually you would expect a stylized face to have big eyes, small nose, and a small face. However, there's so many ways to approach this, and there's so many different methods to experiment with. I'm showing you 5 examples here, but I could show you 100, and they could all be vastly different. And no, I'm not going to do 100 examples in the next video, so sorry. So in this last example, I basically call small everything. So small eyes, small nose, small mouth. This style was inspired by an artist called Samuel Yoon. And I really recommend looking up his work. He does these beautiful stylized portrait paintings, and he's got a really unique look to his characters. And the interesting with Sam compared to the other artists is he does really small mouths, which is not the case for the other examples I've shown, which is just another way of making your characters unique once again. And he also does really big ears as well, but you can break the rules when you stylize things, and this is what makes it so fun. So really think about these things and take that into consideration when you're drawing your characters, and you can create really fun ideas. Sometimes it's fun even just to super exaggerate things and see the results that you can come out with. So I've got a little surprise for you here. I've created a full PDF guide on drawing stylized faces, and I've also included some templates in there which you can use for studies, practice, creating your own characters, and you can screenshot those and download them to your heart's content, and I look forward to seeing what you do with that. So it'll also have a breakdown on what to look out for when drawing stylized faces. So I really hope you find this helpful. It's not expensive, it's about the price of a coffee, so I just want to give back to the community things that I've learned, and hopefully that'll help you. And just thank you for all the support. I really appreciate that. The last video, I'm kind of overwhelmed by the support I had on that, so hopefully I can release some more videos soon, and hopefully whatever I can do to help you improve, I'm here. So I will look forward to seeing you next time.